So this video is going to show you how I catch some carp in Manor Farm on middle pool down the edge. Some big wobbly carp. So you just want sensible elastic, you don't need anything like too crazy. So I've just got some Tri Core, which is the red range, which I think is about a 2.6mm hollow elastic. So this is just through the top two. I'm just fishing 020 MVR straight through. That's a good thing about using like puller bungs now. Well, side pullers, this one, isn't it? Or puller bungs, or stripper kits, or whatever you want to call them. So fish do fight quite hard here. They're like long, thin, common carp that do go a little bit nuts, to be honest. An old warrior. So just go gently trap it between the legs, so it just saves it hopping around. There you go. And to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna, well, I might try and hold it up, but they are nuts. So the last thing I want to do is end up dropping it. So definitely not the prettiest. To be fair, he's actually kept still. Is he gonna wobble? There we go. Awesome. So a little trick, obviously longer line than normal, and also put your pole literally on the platform. And that way, it's just obviously the pole won't spook the fish. You've got a tail coming up there. And I wouldn't try and chase them around by lifting it up, I'd just wait for them to come to you. So the rig is, as I've already said, is 020 straight through. Okay, and then I've literally just done a knotless knot, and then I've literally got 3 number 8s. So I got a number 8 probably about, what's that, about 3 inches, and I can put it closer. So it's just like a spread shotting pattern rather than just like a bulk. And I think it just keeps things more straighter. And also if there's a bulk, these carp have seen it all before. They might feel the bulk and therefore bolt off. So sort of like spread it. And sometimes if they're really coy, and don't be frightened to use even smaller shot or cubes or stots or whatever you want to call it. So sometimes you don't need to feed to every fish, because sometimes I just put too much bait there. There's no set rule. So obviously, like, I know we're pleasure fishing today now after the match, but sometimes even matches you might catch 2, 3, 4 fish off just one feed, like one pot. Other times you might need to put a kinder pot on or big pot it to every fish. Like I say, there's no set rule, so I can't give you, you know, a definitive method that's going to work every single time. I guess that's the joy and the beauty of fishing. So just been patient, even though there's like a lot of fish obviously present in the peg. You don't want to hit every single like little indication or anything. So, you know, I'd rather wait until you know it's like proper on. And that's why you don't want a real light rig or anything like that. That's just going to get wafted around. You're going to get, the float's going to get dragged under, and you're going to hit something that's not actually a bite. So sometimes, like I say, you got to feed ground bait to get them back. So sometimes what you might find is they just disappear. So sometimes you just got to feed, like here, this venue, you could feed like a couple of big pots of ground bait and then just leave it and do something else, like in the match, or if you're lucky enough, you know, do it down the other edge. But normally, to be honest with you, best thing here really is a bunch of maggots and feeding dead maggots and micras normally. If you feed too much ground bait, they can get a little bit preoccupied with it. But then sometimes if you don't feed it, you don't get them in your peg. So it can be sometimes a little bit of a double-edged sword. So 2 weeks ago, I drew peg 29 on middle, which is, for people who don't know it, it's right at the top corner of the lake. And I had to feed a load of ground bait to get them there. And when I got them there, it was a freaking nightmare. So I cut it out, and then they just wouldn't come. So you had to feed like a lot of ground bait to get them into your peg. Also, I can't stress it enough, normally you always want to fish if you can without like upsetting people. There's obviously fishing to the pallet. So we're pleasure fishing today, so there's only a couple of people on the lake, so we're not going to upset anybody. And obviously, you know, code of conduct, if you're fishing a match, you know, it's going to the next pallet, not going past it or anything like that. I just feel like why you want to go to the pallet is just because them fish just seem to think that someone's gone home, pulled their nets out. I don't know, it just seems to be so much better against like maybe like a barren bank. So we didn't even, just lost one maggot, so just put another maggot on. So still got a massive bunch of maggots. Got 8 maggots on there. And again, some venues, you can fish like a size 16 and double maggot down the edge, and that can be loads better. Or even an 18. The only trouble is sometimes it's hard to tie the eye hook through 020 lines. Sometimes you need to fish slightly bigger hook. I mean, there are hooks that obviously got bigger eyes. So obviously it's absolutely solid. Yeah, he didn't like that. Crazy comments. So another old warrior. Cool, well I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll catch you soon.